That's good. We got pace to keep
I have
up.
my little bear. Someone gave me this today. This is Oz.
Oz. It's one of those beanie
my new
baby.
little bubby. He's a good guy. I'm taking him home with me.
Are you finding people are treating you well here? They're giving you toys?
Yeah. Everybody's really great. I've only been here since yesterday morning, but everybody's been just really, really great. And,
And everything it's cracked up to be?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's
We're not
really
gonna
cool.
say no.
No, you know what? It kind of looks a lot like California here, though.
Oh,
Like I was
really?
expecting like something like Survivors, like the new big thing, and
Yeah.
and it's the Australian outback, and I'm looking around, and it's not outback. Like it's not like it's just like regular, like town kind.
Did you actually think we just had lots of bush and sand and?
With the Aborigines running around looking for water? That's what I thought. Like what,
Do you know why that is? I reckon it's because we tour as Australian tourists. We go over to the States and we tell you guys that's what it's like down here.
Yeah, that's basically and you bring over your bad beer and leave the good stuff here.
Oh yeah, you only drink Foster's.
No. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like they fired the Foster's over, and everybody thinks that Foster's is like Australian for beer. Like that's what they say. And then you come here, and nobody drinks Foster's. You guys have like the good stuff that you're saving for yourselves.
We
You
give
send
you
over all
Foster's.
the leftovers. It's like, send the Foster's over to the Americans. They don't care what they drink. They just like to get drunk. It doesn't really matter.
Take Paul Hogan. We don't want him anymore.
Paul Hogan and Foster's. Get him out of here.
Now, Dude, Where's My Car opens here the 26th, I think, of March.
Yeah.
Now, tell people what it's about.
This is really tough. It's about two guys looking for their car. That's basically, it's two guys that drank too many Fosters, wake up the next morning, and their car's gone. They can't find it, and so we spend the entire movie looking for the car. That's.
Have you ever had a night like that? You ever been on a bender, as we say down here, and just woken up the next day and have no recollection of what happened?
I've never lost my car, but I've lost my virginity, my dignity, my right to be an American citizen, maybe. I've lost, numerous things, but never my car. But
now, and actually, in the movie, there is a scene where you guys end up on an ostrich farm, of all places.
Yeah.
Now, and there actually are real ostriches, which was what I thought was pretty cool about it.
Yeah. They're real ostriches, and they're giant. I didn't know they were that big. They're like 250 and like 9 foot tall, and they run around like this, and they're just kind of out of control.
Are they feisty little things?
We had ostrich handlers, which are they're supposed to like take care of the ostriches and but they just kind of go wherever they want to go, and they've got these talons, and like they'll come after you, and their defense mechanism is to rip your guts out. and so they like do this thing like this, and they jump up, and will literally take out your guts. Well, we're on the set one day, and all of a sudden this ostrich just kind of fires out of the group, and the handlers are like, "Ooh, whatever." They're like backwoods Billy, and you can't really grab a hold of it, and it's like coming at me, and I just kind of grab a hold of it and get away. And I was really scared, but I've kind of in the States. Don't tell anybody in the States, but I've made it sound like it's kind of like my Tom Cruise saving everyone's life story there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, there were women and children behind me, and I stopped the ostrich from killing everyone. It was just kind of like me. I just grabbed it. I'm like,
was there any kind of course that they took you through, and they said, right, you're going to be dealing with ostriches?
No.
If one charges?
No, well, all they do is they take a sock and put it over its head so it can't see, but it still looks around. That's how stupid the animal is. It's got a sock on its head, and that's how stupid it is. It's still like, looks like this. And you're like, what the hell is it looking at? It's kind of going like this,
This is meant to knock it out or something?
I know. Well, supposedly it calms them down, but they weren't it didn't, so instead of running around and seeing what it was running at, it was just running around.
Hanging into things.
Yeah, that was it.
So never with animals again after this?
No, I'll work with animals again. It's fun. It adds kind of the element of surprise, which is always from the live show. It's you never know what's going to be said, so you kind of have to just bang with it, and it makes it more fun that way, I think.
Well, I do find if people guests or whoever give me a bit of trouble, I just put a sock on their head too.
There you go.
Really
and then they
easy.
look around like this,
They still keep talking. It still works. Now, as a heartthrob, the ladies love you. Let's not deny it. I have a very glittery hand.
The ladies and you.
Well, there we go. We hold hands. Let's not deny it. Now, and being a big-time star now as well, because you grew up in a very small town, 100 people in it or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's where, when I went to high school, I moved out onto a farm, and it was just we were just out, and basically our nearest neighbor was like a quarter mile away, so we were like way out in the middle of nowhere.
So what do you do if you're a kid with nothing to do?
You try to find stuff to do. Yeah, it's mostly kegs and cornfields is kind of how I grew up. Like, and then once you get in the cornfield with the keg, then there's cow tipping. It's a triple case. It's keg.
Cow tipping?
Yeah, it's like keg, cornfield, cow tipping. Like sooner or later you're going to be trying to tip a cow.
Have you ever tipped a cow?
Yeah. We tried. It's really tough. You kind of have to.
Now, for those who don't know,
here's the concept, okay?
Yes.
Cows sleep standing up, which is like a really bizarre thing anyway. That they're just like, and they sleep standing up. So you can hypothetically go up to the cow and just knock it over. And it's supposed to be really funny and a good time. It's like we go out in the field and knock over cows. Like that's how much entertainment there is. But you can't just like, go up to it and just push it over. Because these are like, so you kind of have to.
They're big animals.
Yeah, you have to like tee off on it, like, and fire into it as hard as you can. And then if you're lucky, it wasn't a bull and it won't come after you. And
So you managed to tip some cows?
No, listen to this. No, so this is like bad news. Me and a couple of my buddies are out in the field, and this is after the keg. And we've got these girls with us, and we're thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to score. We're like out in the field. We're thinking we got like something going on with these girls. Why we're in a field with cows, I don't know. And we decide that we're going to tip this cow. And we see it and it's standing there. And me and my buddy are like, okay, here we go. And we go up and we like hit it really hard and kind of hurt ourselves. And the cow didn't really go anywhere. And then all of a sudden we hear this charging. Like 200 cows start like firing down the hill at us. And I'm thinking like, oh, we're all gonna get run over. And everybody's jumping behind me like I know what the hell to do. I don't even know. It's like cows are charging us. And so I'm thinking like about like John Wayne movies that I've seen. Like what would John Wayne do? Like he's a cowboy, he would know. And like I remembered some scene from some movie that he did where it's like, everybody lays down on the ground and then a cow will never step on you. So I'm thinking, okay, we lay down. No, and then I remembered, no, that was horses. So I'm like boggled now, and I'm like, I remember from like herding cattle that they're afraid of snakes. So we all start hissing like snakes. And the cow gets literally from like you to me, like 250 cows are like, and stop. And we're like, what do we do now? The cow's right there. And so we just kind of like crept around and left, and we didn't score that night. That's the moral of the story.
They pulled up and then you just put a sock on their head.
So if you're ever trying to score with a girl, Rove, don't take her to the cow pasture.
Well, okay, then after that, how did you go scoring with the ladies then? I mean, after your whole cow fiasco.
I'm still looking. I'm trying different things. I don't know. I don't.
But growing up, were you okay with the ladies? Because now you'd be doing fine.
I really
But what about
wasn't.
then? Your cow tipping days. Obviously, things went awry.
I just really I was like a runt. I was a little kid. I was a wrestler when I was in school, so I was like 103 pounds. I was like the little guy that everybody's like, oh, the little guy, And you're like, and you're like looking up to the tall girl going, wow, that'd be nice, but there's probably not a chance. But I really wasn't like that guy until, and then it was like a senior in high school, I started to grow. Which that's no better than being the little guy, because when you start to grow, you're just awkward, and you're like, and I'm going from like this tall to like this, like 6'3", and so now I'm like running like I look like an ostrich, yeah. I'm like, and so I'm like on the football team, like running down the field, and everybody's laughing at me. So that was kind of like I never really had like the scoring days.
Oh well, that doesn't matter. But look, I'm sure all will be well now that Dude, Where's My Car will be out. I think you'll be fine. And now it opens March 26th.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on. Wish you all the best
for
for the films. Great to have you.
Ashton
Kutcher, kids.
Yeah.